Hello everyone, welcome to Quant Masters. I'm Harshita Alveli. Today we have Max Johnson with us who is from Mumbai and he got placed in Geo recently. So he is here to share his experience with us. Let's talk to him and know about his entire interview experience in detail. So hi Max,
Hi, ma'am. Hello. Hello, all.
how are you?
All fine, ma'am. What about you?
I'm good Max. So firstly I would like to congratulate you for getting placed in Geo Max. We are really happy for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks. Means a lot.
Okay, so could you tell more about yourself Max?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hello, all. Myself, Max Johnson. Currently, I'm in my final year of Electronics and Computer Science Engineering. I'm from Mumbai. I belong to Father Ignal College, which is one of the most precious college in Mumbai. It was like the college is from 1980, so it is one of the biggest campuses in Mumbai. Yeah, talking about my interview experiences, recently I've cleared Geo, Reliance Geo campus on campus. The placement process was on campus. It was really a great experience for me, and it's also a top Fortune 500 company. It's a product-based company. It's not a software-based company, and even everyone is familiar what is service-based and what is product-based. And from starting, I wanted to go for a software product-based company where I can see that I can grow much faster. So it was a really good experience to sit for this campus placement process of Geo company where I clear my test. Yeah.
Okay, nice, nice. So this was on campus, right? You
Yes,
mentioned.
ma'am. It was on campus.
Okay, and what's the job role and the package that's offered for you in Reliance Geomax?
Yeah, so the roles are graduate engineer trainee. So Geo as the bond criteria. So bond criteria is not what the other companies like you have to be there for 2 years or 3 years. This bond criteria is that first 1 year they will be training you and they will be analyzing you in which firm or in which tech stack you are familiar. For example, I'm more into product management and more into business analyst. So during my interview process, they just asked me like which field you will be more comfortable and which field you want to explore more where you can
Okay.
grow yourself. So I said it, yeah, it was a product management role or a business analyst role in a tech style where I can grow more in that form. So they just noted those things. And the coming to the package point of view, so they have differentiate in the packages. So there are three packages. The first one is the basic package is 5 LPA, which is a GeoSpark. They said is as a GeoSpark. Then the second is 6.5 LPA, which is Geo Ignite. And the third, which is 7 LPA, which is Geo Illuminate. So they have three differentiate in their packages. And I've been offered as Geo Ignite, which is 6.5. Although there will be a one more round, one more opportunity given to me after 3 months or 4 months, where I can give one more interview round, one more test, then I can make into Geo Illuminate, which is 7.5.
Nice, nice, nice to know. So yeah, so when did the first round happen, Max?
Yeah, so I remember it was on 29th of July. 29th of July, they visited our campus. This year, they have started visiting campuses. Till last year, it was online process due to now the no COVID cases are going and we are into post COVID. So everything's back to the normal life. So they visited to our campus and it was a 1 day full process. Morning, they have a PPT session, pre-placement talk. After that, we had a test on a hacker earth, which was comprises of basic aptitude questions and two coding questions. So the test was around 60 minutes test on Hacker. We gave the Hacker test, and after 1 or 2 hours, they declare the result itself on the same day. We were there in the campus itself, and so I got clear my test, and then I went to the L1 round. Basically, it is a good when you go for a geo placement. They have a process where if you didn't qualify for the test, they'll give you opportunity to go for a group discussion round, which is JD round. So you can get second opportunity, even though you have not cleared the test, but you will be given a second opportunity to showcase your talent. And so
if you are good at that, even then you'll be selected.
Yes, exactly. So if you're good in group discussion process and if you're good in communication skills and communication way, so you are given another chance. So for an example,
so you did not go through that round.
Yeah, exactly. So I went it through my test itself. I cleared my test and then I went for the L1 interview round. And then one of my friend, he didn't clear the test, so he was given for a JD round. So the groups were around 10 students were there in each group.
Tell me something like how many students gave the first round, Max?
First, the assessment from my college, where there were around 120 students give the test, around which they selected 56 students for the
directly from the first round.
Yes,
and exactly. The rest, all of them went to the group discussion round.
Group discussion.
And how many from the group discussions got
so
selected?
they made 5 groups, 10 students in each group, and so they were selecting around 3 to 4 students from each group. They were given a particular topic of a 10. They were given a topic, and within a 10 minutes of a span, they were analyzing each students, like how they are in good in communication skills, and also each topics were different.
So 15 to 20 students got selected again from the group discussion. So all of them went to the second round, which was what was the second round?
Yeah, so second round comprised of 2 sub rounds, which is L1 and L2. So I got selected for L1 round, which took around 40 minutes, which was fully technically all DSA questions.
So you'll have not to go through both the rounds. Either of them you will take up.
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly.
And they
that
will
depends
select
upon your test score. So they have their process, like they will also distinguish in your test score. If you're really good, you will be only taken 1 round. And if you're on an average on your test score, so you will get a 2 rounds, L1 and L2.
And what was L1?
So L1 was basically, for me, it was around DSA questions. The interview experience was really good. So it was one-to-one, face-to-face interview. We were given face-to-face interview opportunity. So the interview composed of like many DSA questions, basics and advanced questions, then OOPS concepts, then TBMS concepts were asked up to me, and all the technical questions were asked, including computer networks, and as also now many companies are into trending technology. So they asked me about blockchain, cyber security, how you are familiar with those topics, you want to study in this domain or no, and what is your point of view and all. So that was my first L1 round, and successfully I cleared my first L1 round. Then I moved to the L2 round. So the L2 round was composed of both managerial as well as HR. So the 2 person were there for L2 round. So that was mainly focused on your resume. Whatever the things you have written on your resume, make sure that you are familiar with those things, and whatever you have written on your resume, you have done it. So just not for a sake you're writing to make your resume feel good. Make sure that whatever the things you have written, you are aware about that, in-depth knowledge about that. So the second round was fully based on my resume. So they asked about my internship experiences, what the project you have worked, and if you have published any research paper, what was your experience in those, and any extracurricular activity you have done in your college and all. So that was mainly HR and basic managerial questions. So it was around 40 minutes again. So we had a good discussion in that L2 round. Make sure that whatever things you have written in your resume, you are familiar with those things, and you are aware about in-depth knowledge of that things. And even though when you go for HR and managerial round, if the things are matched between you and HR, that makes a great impact. Even they start discussing about their career life and their experiences. So that was my second interview experience, and luckily I got selected for GeoSpark, and then
so that was the last round.
Yeah, that was my last one.
So how many out of, I think there were around 70 students, how many of you all got selected?
Since it is a mass recruiter in my college, but this year they only selected 16 students. If you compare with the last time when my seniors were there, that time there were around 46 students were selected. But this year they only selected 16 students, and yeah, it was a tough. Even though everyone think that Geo it's an easy to crack, and but yeah, they expected more this year, since we come from an online batch, so they know in depth everything, like what student have done and all. So of course, don't think that you come from an online batch, things will be easier for you. You should be aware about the current technologies, current trending things, whatever the things are going in depth of the technology, not only of technically, whatever the basic questions whatever the current scenario going in the world, you should be aware about that, because companies are nowadays expecting that you are not only particularly to one domain, you are explore to many other domain as well. For example, if you're good in stock market, so they expect you to know more about stock market and all, not only in technical aspect. You should be aware and you should be familiar with all the domain, with all the you want to explore in your life. So yeah, it was really a great experience. Those 2 interviews were very great.
So all of the 16 were selected for the same package in the same job role, or it is different for everyone?
No, all were selected for the same package, and then after 1 week, we were given a chance to upgrade those packages. And it was the students depend, like if they want to upgrade, they can upgrade, or they
Else
can
they
take
can
for
just
a
leave.
time. They can take a time of 6 month period, and they can give
Mhm.
after 6 month period as well.
Okay, it was left for you. It was your
Yes,
choice, your call.
and that was a virtual round, so that was not a face to face.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. So that was the entire interview experience with the
Yes,
Reliance Jio.
yeah, exactly.
Nice, nice. So yeah. So would you like to tell how was your journey with Quant Masters, Max?
Yeah, of course, it was really a great experience with the Quantmaster. I remember when I joined, I was not familiar with online lectures, since due to this pandemic, everything was online. And then this year, we started with offline lectures in my college as well. So yeah, it was a little bit hectic to me to go for offline lectures and then coming back to online lectures. But yeah,
Both managing
Quantmaster,
both college
yeah,
and these classes
things
would have been
were
a challenge for
difficult.
you.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember one of my senior friend recommended me to join Quant Master when I was in my third year, but I thought it would be a really early to join. But now I'm regretting, like before joining, like
Why
when I
didn't
was about to attend the first lecture, like it was very hectic to go for offline lectures from college and then coming back to home and then
online
attending
classes?
online
Yeah,
Quant
true.
Master lectures. So that was a regretting self me. But yeah, of course, it was really a good interactive session where you can ask your doubts one on one, and Quant Master has a very good support system where you will be guide each and every phases. Then I gave an opportunity for my mock interview round, where I remember that I had a great 1 hour mock interview where I got more insight, like what are the HRs and what are the technical questions, what are the common questions which you might be facing in your career and you might be facing in your upcoming placement interview. So that really a good part of Quant Master, that they provide with one-on-one mock interview, and I feel it is very good to see yourself where you stand before the campus placement starts. So yeah, it was really a good experience, and I always I will always recommend my juniors, since I am a training placement coordinator of my college, so I have a good rapport with my juniors. So they come and ask me like how you have prepared and all. So I always tell you, yeah, of course, I had taken a classes online tutor from Quant Master, which was a very good experience for me.
That's
And
really sweet of you, Max.
yes, yeah. So they asked me like any chance we can, like how we can join them. So Quant Master give you it's a really a good opportunity. Like if you're coming from a middle class family and you don't have much family support, it's just a small amount you have to pay. And even though if you are in a group of a people, even I remember we joined in a group of a people, so we got a 500
You
rupees
will have an
discount.
offer, yeah.
Really means a lot, since we are a student, so we don't think like what is the amount 500 means. But when you
Yeah,
start,
every penny matters a lot.
yeah,
True.
so penny things matters a lot. So even though now my juniors are asking me, and I spoke to one of the member of Quant Master itself that I will recommend my juniors, so it will be really helpful that you give your full support to them, and we expecting a
Sure,
good
sure.
bonding
That
between
will
our
definitely
college and
happen.
Quant Master. So it was really a good experience with the Quant Master, with one-to-one interaction, mock interviews, and online lectures went well. Recorded sessions, especially recorded session. When you miss the lectures, you can get the access to
Yeah.
recorded lectures where you can go back and understand from basic to basic. And number of time you can go back and you can start exploring. You can start learning the same thing and number of time. I have done such things, so I can relate those things. Yeah. So it was really a good number of experience I got from Quant Master. Really means a lot. And I should recommend you all to be a part of this. Starting, it may face you thoda sa difficult, but when you are familiar with them, when you are familiar, the Quant Master has a great a timetable schedule. They will give you before the joining date only. They will give you that this is the
True.
process we will be following. These are the days the lectures will be conducted. Time, so you can pre-schedule your work. And I make sure that if you are preparing for your campus placement, pre-scheduling things will make you much more familiar and will give you a right insight. So yeah, this was the way where I thought Quant Master is really good. They have a pre-schedule, so where we can adjust ourselves. So that was a great experience with Quant Master.
Thank you so much, Max. And also thanks for being here, sharing all the information with us.
Thank you so much.
Everyone who is watching this video will find it very helpful.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again and all the very best for your future, Max.